Hello dear children, good morning. Today I am going to start with the lesson 8 Important Acts by our Parliament. All of you open page number 309 in your textbooks. Lesson 8 Important Acts by our Parliament. Before going to start the lesson, let us see the warm-up part. What does this picture says about? So, this picture, it's a parliament, right? What does it says about making in India? Who makes the laws? Who makes the laws? In this lesson, you are going to learn important acts passed by Indian Parliament. Laws, governance and challenges. The Parliament of India is the principal law-making body of the country. So, Parliament of India is the principal law-making body of our country. It makes laws for the entire nation. So, the laws makes for the entire nation will made by the Parliament. While making laws, the Parliament keeps in mind the provisions of the Constitution of India. So, before making laws, the provisions of the Constitution of India should be kept in minds of the Parliament. Let us look at some such laws. 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. The 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act gave legal validity to the Panchayati Raj institutions. So this act gave a legal validity, a legal time to the Panchayati Raj institutions. Though the Panchayati Raj institutions were in existence in various forms in various states, they did not have the status of formal institutions. They did not have regular elections. So, Panchayati Raj institutions do not have regular elections. There was insufficient representation of weaker sections. The institution did not adequate power and financial resources. So, this Panchayati Raj institution has not adequate the power and financial resources. The 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act aimed to remove these problems. So, this 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act aimed to remove these problems and it strengthens the Panchayati Raj system and it increases the people participation in Panchayati Raj. It provided for panchayats to be elected at 3 levels, at the village level, block and district level. At the first tier or village level, the panchayat is known as Gram Panchayat. So at village level, we call the panchayat as Gram Panchayat. The members of the Gram Panchayat are elected by the villagers from their own village. Several Gram Panchayats form the Janpad Panchayat or the Panchayat Samti. It works at the block level. So, Janpad Panchayat or the Panchayat Samti works at the block level. Several Panchayat Samtis form the district Panchayat. So, these several Panchayat Samtis form the district Panchayats or Jilla Parishad. It works at the district level. 1/3 of the seats in these panchayats are reserved for women. This is the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. Next, Right to Information Act RTI 2005. The Right to Information was a revolutionary act passed by the Parliament of India. The Right to Information Act allows people to question the government on any issue. So, through this act we can question the government if there is any issue. People can file an RTI query for any government department. When the department receives a query, it must respond within 30 days. So, people can file a RTI query for any department, government department, and the department should receive a query and it must respond immediately within 30 days. In its reply, the department must name the file which record the information required. So, in reply, this department should name the files which record the information required. This gives the applicant a chance to inspect the files. It also permits the applicant to take photocopies of the notes made in the file if he or she wishes to file a case against the government. If the people want to file a case against the government, so through this act, it permits the applicants to take photocopies of the notes made in the file. Thus, RTI makes the government transparent and efficient. So, by this Right to Information Act, it makes the government very transparent and very efficient to the people. It ensured greater accountability of the government offices towards the people. RTI is a boon, especially in rural areas. It has informed people of minor details like why their ration has been reduced, delayed, or is of poor quality. So, this is a powerful weapon, especially in rural areas, because people of minor details, people of minor categories, details like why their ration has been, they can ask why their ration has been reduced or delayed or it is of poor quality. It has equipped the common people to spot corruption in the government and to rectify it. So a common people can spot corruption in the government and they can even rectify it. Next, Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005. Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act is an act meant to protect women in India from violence and abuse in their homes. It was enacted by the Parliament of India in 2005 and brought into force by the Indian government from 26th October 2006. So, this Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 is to protect women in India from violence and abused votes in their homes. It was enacted by the Parliament of India in the year 2005 and it came into force by the Indian government from 26th October 2006. The Act protects women from physical, verbal, mental, emotional and economic harm. So, this Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 protects women from physical, verbal, mental, emotionally and economic harm. It also covers harassment by way of unlawful dowry demands to the woman or her relatives. The Act also provides for the woman's right to live in her matrimonial or shared households. Next, Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act RTE 2009. Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act states that free and compulsory education will be provided to all children in our country. So, free and compulsory education should be provided to all the children in our country. It aims to provide elementary education for 8 years. This act covers all children between 6 to 14 years of age. So, Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act covers all children between 6 to 14 years of age. The RTE provides for education of every child in every school irrespective of his or her social background or physical disability. So, based on the social background and physical disability, this RTE provides education to every child in every school. It encourages private schools to reserve 25% of seats in each class for children coming from poor families. So, 25% of seats should be allocated for the children in each class who are coming from poor families in private schools. The Act also bans donation and interview of the student or parents for admission in any school. So, this Act banned the interview and donation of the students or parents for admission in any school. So, this is all about the lesson 8. important acts by our parliament. These are the important acts. So children, once go through the today's video. Bye children. Thank you.